It's the 3 on PLAXtv.
What's good, y'all? I am back with another episode of the 3 on PLAXtv. This is my Western Conference Round 1 predictions. I just put out the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference at the same time. So if this is the first video you're seeing, head on over and check out the Eastern Conference predictions after this one, after you finish this one. So I briefly talked about before that I was 50-50 on my playing predictions. I got the Lakers correct and I got the Bulls correct, but I got the Atlanta and Miami game wrong, and I got the OKC and the Pels game wrong. Even though I did say OKC had a chance, I did say that, but I still got it wrong. I still believe OKC beats the Timberwolves. Chicago, Miami, it really don't matter because they go, like I said in the video, in the Eastern Conference video, either team gonna lose in 5 to the Bucks regardless. So, in my opinion, some people may think differently, but that's just what I think. But let's get started. We're gonna start with the Nuggets versus either OKC or Minnesota. Same as the Eastern Conference, the 1 versus 8. It really doesn't matter. I got Denver winning in 5, regardless if it's OKC or Minnesota. I just don't see them going too much further than that. I think OKC, assuming OKC gets that spot, OKC could maybe win 2 games, possibly. In Minnesota, if they happen to win, they could probably get swept. They probably go get swept, but that's the only difference is I got Denver winning that first round relatively easily and going on to the next round. I don't think Denver probably not going to have no issue till the next round, most likely. Now, the Suns versus the Clippers. Now, this is a good one. The only issue is Paul George is not going to be available for the beginning of the series, unfortunately. Granted, let's say he's out for the first 2 games, right? The Suns are the 4th seed, so those first two games are going to be in Phoenix anyway, right? So you could assume that both teams going to try to hold home court up until Game 7. So theoretically, the Suns are supposed to win the first 2 games anyway. So if Paul George come back for Game 3 or 4, they still kind of got a chance to be in it. And then in Game 7, they would just really have to come and play. Kawhi has been playing amazing basketball these last few weeks, this past month of the season. I got the Suns winning in 6 or 7 games, mainly because PG is out, but also because of the inconsistency of the Clippers. I just feel like the Clippers, since they've put this super team together with Kawhi and PG and the role player guys that they got around them, I just feel like they've been extremely inconsistent. I feel like they've very much underperformed. They've barely played together due to load management and all that stuff. So I got the Suns in 6 or 7. They just a more talented team on paper. They got Chris Paul. They got Devin Booker. They got KD, bitch ass. I'm sorry. I'm still bitter. But they got KD. They got DeAndre Ayton. They still got some of their bench. They got TJ Warren, I believe. They campaign. They got a decent bench. Not the greatest bench, but it's decent enough to get by, especially in this first round matchup. It's going to be a good series, especially when Paul George come back, but I still got the Suns winning in 6 or 7. I just don't think Kawhi has enough to just win that series by himself. And when that's just assuming that Paul George come back after 2 games. You see what I'm saying? Like that, if he could not, that's just, and then even if he come back, he's not going to be 100% because he got to knock the rust off. So yeah, it's probably going to be 6 or 7 games, but the Suns take it. The Suns definitely take it. In the next series, we got another potentially good one. We got Sacramento versus Golden State. Now, I know Sacramento has had a Cinderella story this year. They've extremely overperformed. They're the fucking third seed. Saying Sacramento the third seed, I think it's 2001, 2002. You know what I'm saying? I like, is C Webb out there? You know what I'm saying? Pager, Mike Bibby, is they out there? But Golden State's going to win that series. Sacramento too young. I don't see them beating Golden State. I'd be extremely shocked if they beat Golden State. Golden State wins in 6 games, though. 6 games. I think they could take them to 6 games because they are a good team. They just very young. They're in fight. This is all of their first time in the play. Maybe not. I think Sabonis been to the playoffs before. Maybe in Indiana. I think. I could be wrong. But like besides that, and I'm not even too sure about that. Besides that, like none of them have been in the playoffs. This is Harrison Barnes' redemption series, I guess you could say. I guess that's the best story you could tell out of this. What if this would be cool though? What if Harrison Barnes just went fucking nuts and like averaged like 40 or something like that? Because he's a decent scorer. I don't know if he's a 40-point per game guy, but like, what if he just was like, I have to redeem myself, and he just start cooking Golden State and they win? That's the only way they win, is if Harrison Barnes really like locks in and takes over. But I don't think that's gonna happen. That's an unrealistic thing. So yeah, I got no disrespect to Harrison Barnes. I really like Harrison Barnes. I think he's very much underrated as a player, but come on, like he's not that guy in that sense. But I got Golden State in 6 games, possibly 7, but definitely most likely 6 games. I got Golden State winning. And then the Memphis and Lakers series. Now, this I might be talking a little crazy, especially after how much the Lakers struggled to just beat the Timberwolves without Rudy Gobert. But I think the Lakers win this series in 7 games. I think they win the series in 7 games. I really do because listen. They did struggle to beat Minnesota, and they shouldn't have, right? Because they didn't even have they were missing their 2 best defenders, McDaniels and Rudy Gobert. As much as I talk shit about Rudy Gobert, he is a good defender. That's one of the few things. That's why he is finessing everybody with the $200 million, because he's such a good defender at times. But LeBron has been healthy. AD has been healthy, and he don't seem like he don't look too rickety or nothing like that. So I think he could stay healthy at least for this stretch that they need him to. I love Jared Vanderbilt. D'Lo had a horrible game against Minnesota, but I still believe in D'Lo. He still got ice in his veins to me. Malik Beasley has been a better shooter since he's been on the Lakers. A decent defender as well. Austin motherfucking Reeves is a bad man and can give you 20 out of nowhere at any given moment. And he's also a good defender. I think that the Lakers can beat Memphis. Because Memphis is a very... I've talked shit about Memphis on the R&P podcast. I'm not necessarily going to do that right now. My issues with them is more like off the court. I guess on the court too, but mostly off the court stuff. But they're a very emotional team. You know what I'm saying? They get stuck in like trash talk. Trash talk is part of the game, but like they just get stuck in the trash talk. They get stuck in the trying to be tough and all that stuff. And you can tell that they're trying to be tough. They're not actually tough. They're just trying to act that way. And I think the Lakers being veterans, not that Memphis isn't, they've been in the playoffs before, but just the Lakers being veterans, having LeBron James, I think they exploit that. I think they exploit that emotional behavior, and I think they can take over and change the tide. You see what I'm saying? I feel like if the Lakers go on some runs, I feel like if the Lakers start to control the pace, that's the biggest thing. The Lakers controlling the pace of the game. That's the biggest thing for them in this series. They can't have Ja and them running and all that. They need to limit turnovers. That's another big thing. And they need to make the open shots. And I think they can do that because they have been doing that since the All-Star break. They were the second best team from the All-Star break to now. They've been the second best team in the league. So as far as record-wise. So I think they definitely have a chance to win this series in 7 games, maybe even 6. I'm going to go with the Lakers. I will say, on top of that, I am a little bit biased because I don't want Memphis to go further. That's more of a personal thing, only because of how Memphis acts, like Dylan Brooks and Ja Morant and Desmond Bain ain't too bad, but like just as a team, how they act on and off the court, I don't necessarily like. And this coming from a person who loved Memphis. I loved Memphis when they first was making the playoffs and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, this is a young team. They really up next. I believe in these guys. But once I started seeing their behavior, again, on and off the court, it just kind of turned me off to them as a team. And I just really don't think – I really would rather see LeBron try to chase that 5th championship than watch these guys taunting and dancing and all that and talking shit and trying to act like thugs. That's my biggest issue. I don't have a problem with people being who they are, but these guys are visibly acting, trying to act tough, trying to act like thugs, trying to act hard like NBA YoungBoy and all that dumb shit, and I just think it's stupid. And there's no reason to act like that. You guys are good guys. Jaren Jackson Jr., your dad was in the NBA. You're a good kid. Dylan Brooks, I forgot what school you went to, but like, I believe he might have went to Duke, possibly. Him or Desmond Bain, one of them went to Duke. You're a good kid. Ja Morant, not saying you didn't go through anything, but your dad trained you to go to the NBA from a very young age. You were in AAU tournaments, wearing polo shirts and all this shit. You're a good kid, bro. Just stop. I doubt your parents was letting you do nefarious things. Just please stop. And it's just annoying when I see young black men specifically trying to portray something like that. It's different when you're actually like that. Then I have more sympathy towards you. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you're actually from, the streets. You've been through certain things. I understand why you would act like that, but those players don't act like that. Those players that are actually like that don't do those things that Memphis is trying to portray and do. So if they're not doing it, why are you guys doing it? So I'm a little biased in my pick for the Lakers, but I do truly believe the Lakers can beat them just off of 1, having LeBron James, 2, having Anthony Davis, and 3, how they've been playing as of late besides the Minnesota game. Even that game, they struggled, but even being down, they were down like 20 points at the half, and they still managed to come back and win the game. So that, you see what I'm saying? Like, Towns was killing them. Towns got like, 30, 40 points almost. He was fucking working them. And they figured out a way. They figured him out. They shut him down, kind of, and they finished the game out, and they won. I think that means something. And I do truly think they can win. It's not. It's like it's 25% bias, 75%. I truly believe they could beat them. You see what I'm saying? Like, I am a little biased, but not the majority. It's a minority bias on that series. But I have the Lakers beating Memphis in 7 games. So let's go through this one more time. I have the Nuggets beating either OKC or Minnesota. It doesn't matter which team. They beat them in 5 or 6 games. I have the Suns beating the Clippers in 6 or 7 games. I have Golden State beating Sacramento in 6 games, possibly 7. And I have the Lakers beating Memphis in 6 or 7 games. So, guys, let me know in the comments what you think of my predictions. Am I stupid? Am I not making any sense? Am I right? Do you agree with everything that I said? Whatever. Let me know in the comments down below. Let's have a cordial debate and conversation in the comments down below. I always love those. Let me know what you think in the comments down below as well. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ding that notification bell so you know every time I drop a video. Make sure if you haven't already, make sure you check out my Eastern Conference Round 1 predictions. It'll probably be here somewhere. You probably click on it somewhere here. And without further ado, YouTube. I love you guys. Peace.
It's the 3 on PLAXtv.
Yeah.